Okay, time for a little belated review thing. I know I'm a little behind here, but we're gonna try and catch up here. We're up to Ferengi's Heart Place. If it sounds a little familiar, it's a play on the British horror parody show Garth Marenghi's Dark Place. But that's as deep as that joke goes. It's simply that's the beginning and the end of that reference. So, but we got they're visiting Ferenginar because Grand Nagus Rom has decided they need to join the Federation. This ship that's going around blowing things up, which we get a little vignette in the opening thing, they blow up a Ferengi ship, and apparently one of the Ferengi was actually in on it, but of course he gets screwed because he gets blown up with everything else. But it's affecting trade, and Rom decided they really need Starfleet to help protect them again. So we are treated to some negotiations. Rom is really being an idiot, going about baseball and other things, but Lita's kind of the power behind the throne, apparently. And they think, their admiral, who's, in there, the Cerritos is along for the ride, but the admiral is supposed to be doing this. It's going to be a slam dunk, just sign the standard thing, but, thing is they get him to reopen the negotiation, and then it's off to the races, adding in kickbacks and privileges, that whether they join the Federation or not, they'll have free access to any Federation ship they want. And this is getting out of control, and Captain Freeman's like, they're playing you. No, and going on into this. Meanwhile, they send our guys down to start learning more about Ferengi society. And Mariner's in a mood. She for the first time, and for how long, she is getting support from her senior from her commanders. She's not being put upon anything. She's actually got pretty cushy situation, and it's pissing her off for some reason. It's just not sitting well with her. So she hooks up with with her Ferengi friend that we first met back in Envoys. It was the same Ferengi, so they hook up. They're hitting the bars. The library, actually, which is the casino. No one's checked a book out of there in 1,000 years. And she's gonna get drunk. She's just not having it. Meanwhile, Boimler has said himself that he's gonna hit every cultural event, every exhibit on the planet. He's gonna really go on it, but he gets sucked into watching Ferengi television, and it's just a little commentary on how people just like, I'll watch. No, okay, I got to watch this one. This is and he just never leaves the room, just watching one show after another, and just oh my god, and the product placement, the Sluggo Cola is the big thing. And Rutherford and Tendi are to go down posing as a newlywed married couple to check out that thing because they got the little sweetheart deal and the but they it starts wearing thin because they're really not they get very uncomfortable. Because turns out they have more chemistry than they thought they did, and they're starting, as they're faking it, it's like, oh, this is getting real. We don't want to do this. But they find out, rather through people trying to game the system, that no, the last thing you want to do on Ferenginar is try and cheat a deal. It's punishable by very hard prison terms. So just they're about to come. Okay, and they're like, what? Someone tried to milk us. They're going to hardly. We love each other more than ever. So during the course of the adventures here, we got the negotiations up on the it's on the Cerritos or on the Ontario, the Parliament class ship is along with the Admiral ship, and it keeps getting worse and worse, and they're getting to the point where they're literally making the Admiral dance for Rom as part of negotiations and whatever, and it's like Freeman. This is to finally, I'll wrap up that one real quick. They dropped the bomb here because Freeman's okay. Yeah, we've given everything what we've even thrown in 2 billion bars of gold pressed latinum on the proviso that you have to bring in one additional planet to the Federation. And they're, oh, you crazy! They owe us so much. We didn't, you read the fine print. You didn't. You need to see which planet. They're specified they have to bring in Kronos, Klingon homeworld, to the Federation. That's impossible. Exactly. And that is the key, because turns out Rom is not quite as stupid as he's pointing out to be. He wasn't being just stereotypically Rom for being stupid. He was trying to, establish, were they going to respect Ferengi culture and Ferengi laws, accept them on their own terms, and not try and turn them into another Federation, happy fun time thing. And that earned Rom's respect. Okay, all right, you've shown you respect us. You cheated us like a true Ferengi, because one of the rules of acquisition: fine print leads to high risk. And that's in the fine print. That's where she nailed him. It's like you okay, all right. Never mind. We'll sign the standard form. Get started. So and I somehow suspect it would be nice. We could get a little vignette of Rom telling Quark, we need to join the Federation. We need support. Okay, Rom, one, don't just sign the form. You got to put him through paces. Tell you what, they already know you're an idiot. Why do they do it? Because I told them. Okay, just play it up. Talk about all the baseball and root beer and stuff. Have Lita be the thing and get them to reopen the thing. See how long it takes them to finally figure out what's going on. And if they send in probably Freeman, she knows the stuff. If they get Freeman there, then it'll work out. But if they get someone else, it might take a while. But see how long it takes for them to finally, meet us on our terms. Treat us like like we, respect our views. Then go ahead and sign it. But if they're going to keep that, just keep it going on till we own half the fleet. Either way, it's a win-win. So I would like to see that. Meanwhile, Mariner at one point starts a fight, a bar fight with a Ferengi biker gang, who are actually very polite. Oh, I'm sorry. Hey, I want to start. And her friend has to bail her out. So she owes her. And yet everything about Ferengi society is, there's a memorial to debt. People whose horrible debts are those are debt. No, people who are in debt, and go, oh, such so much money. It's it's a giant ledger of people who are in debt. It's like this is a memorial. And remember when they did go on Ferengi on DS9, you are charged admission to go into someone's house. You could slip a latinum in the thought as you come in. So the fact you have to pay for the toilet and you have to pay the thing to pay for the toilet, that very little exaggeration going on there. Okay, but Boimler is just still 3 days later. He's in his underwear, just glued to watching this Ferengi television. He can't break away. And they end up having to send in a security team to retrieve him. And Tendi and Rutherford get a lucky break, because after passing all the little tests to show they're truly in love, and they're being escorted to they've got their own little Star Trek experience. Uncle Quark's Federation experience with ships and everywhere, and the waiters dressed as Starfleet. It's time to consummate the relationship. What? No, we're not going to write in front of them. We're going to put you in the box where you can hear you. It's like, oh my God. As they're being led in there, Dr. Miglimoo shows up, and he wants to sample the cuisine. It's like the only reason their race invented space travel is to find other planets and experience their food. And he makes a reference. Oh, the 10th reference, Nendi, one of the most deepest platonic relationship on the planet. What? Platonic? And then it's like, and credit Tendi and for thinking that faith. How dare you? You know we both, and you breaking us up. That's it. I want a divorce. And they, get out of it that way and storm off and get the hell back to the Cerritos. And of course, make the movement. Would you like to take advantage of our homebreaker deal? Everything. But it all resolves in the end. Rom is not quite the idiot everyone thought he was. So again, everyone comes out on top here. Except for Boimler, who gets dragged up by a big beefy Ferengi with a plasma whip. But that's the Ferengi. We see a good deal more. And again, it's always raining. I wouldn't say it's Gleaming, but it's raining. So And we'll onward and upward into a few more badgies. So we'll catch you in a minute here.